Hey, what's going on, guys? I have a assault gameplay here on the map Dome, and a little background. I was playing with my friend Flawless in his live stream, and if you don't follow me on Twitter, you should go follow me on Twitter because usually I tweet out streams that I'm either in so you can chat with me or whatever, or I'm actually playing in so you can come watch and see how the people I play with play like. I don't play with the support guys and all this other fabricated gameplay. I like to play with guys that are on my level and give me a challenge to try to get better scores. So it's 86-9 assault gameplay, and I actually didn't know I had assault on this class when I picked it, so I was kind of surprised that I pulled off a game like this. Wasn't really trying, but once I noticed how many kills I had close to the middle, I was going for the 100 plus after that. So anyways, I'm using a unsilenced MP7 with extended mags rapid fire. And in this commentary, I wanted to talk about, I guess, some advice on flirting with girls. And this is mainly at parties, but you can also use it in like a real life situation. Say you're just hanging out with a bunch of people. So I want to give you some of the tips that I use whenever I talk to girls. And first off, you have to know what your strengths are. And one of my strengths is my confidence. When I talk to girls, I don't try to be someone I'm not, and that actually boosts my confidence level whenever they're actually engaging conversation with me, because you're just being yourself. So you know that they're talking to you as you. Um, they might be trying to be someone they're not if they're into you right away, but that's never a bad thing. Um, yeah, you just got to know your strengths, and you have to be confident, and you have to be the one that engages. If she comes and talks to you first, you might as well just throw that one out the window, because unless she's a slut and like just really just wants your dick, she's not going to be relationship material. If that's what you're looking for. But another thing is, one of my strengths at least, is I can make pretty much any girl laugh. And I think laughter is one of the biggest attractions to other people. If someone makes you laugh, if you make them laugh, that's a good matchup. You have to be able to say things that keep the mood enlightened. Just you got to keep the mood light. You got to keep it happy. Try not to bring up anything that is like a downer, like, oh, my dog died. My dog died last night. That's not gonna be something she's gonna be into. But unless she's into necrophilia with animals. I mean, I don't know any girl that's like that, but that's something you really really don't want to do. Just try to make her laugh. Don't bring up any like stupid jokes like, why'd the chicken cross the road? But yeah, it's different for different people, because you definitely have to know what league you're in, and you have to know. I'm not saying like there's such thing as you can only hook up with girls that are at this level. Anything above that's out of your league, because I've hooked up with girls that I thought were out of my league, but turns out they're just really hot, and if you're interesting enough, girls are going to be attracted to you. So another thing you need to know is, if she's smiling at you, if she is, you got to keep a smile on. If you don't look like you're having a good time, she's going to feel like she's not having a good time. So if she's smiling and you're smiling, that's a plus. Just keep her smiling, and should be good. You need to also know, like, recognize how she's reacting to things you say. And one thing I do is, say I'm standing in a group of people, and she could be right next to you, or 10 feet away from you. Always use your peripherals. If you catch her looking at you, and you've been doing all the things I said before, chances are she's probably attracted to you. That doesn't mean you see a girl out of your peripherals and she's looking at you, that she's into you. Don't take it like that. you have to make sure that you stay engaged with her, and if she's actually trying to engage you after you've had a conversation, if she's bringing up conversation topics and stuff, um, that's your cue. And also, if she starts getting closer, say you start off, let me just use an example of something that happened to me last weekend. It was one of my friends. She's a girl. She was turning 21. I've been good friends with these girls from another town. They were there, so we were in a group there, and this always helps, especially if you have a mutual friend close by to introduce you. But she walked up, and she was standing across from me, and I was actually pretty drunk at the time, but I must have said something because she came and stood next to me, and basically we were just talking, me and her, for probably a minute to 2 minutes, and this does minute to 2 minutes. Wow, that's a really long time. Not really. We were probably talking there, just the two of us, for like 15 minutes, and this does take a little bit of practice. I would say if you want to practice talking to girls, work on someone that's not as hot. Don't have the intention to have sex with her, but just work on talking to a girl that's not as attractive as you'd usually want. And this may sound kind of douchey, because I mean, by default, I'm kind of a douchebag when it comes to girls. I'll be the first to admit it. But basically, I try to practice with like fat chicks. I know that sounds terrible, but that's how I practice it. That's how I work my trade, I guess you could say. And I probably sound like the biggest fucking player you've ever heard, but that's what I do. And basically, you just want to get her as close to you as possible. And once you've done that, you need to get her alone. So some things I do if I want to get her alone, and I know for sure that she wants at least to make out. Like usually when I'm drunk, I'll say, "Hey, you want to go make out?" But I just say it jokingly, and then I'll bring up something, say, I left something in my car. I gotta go grab it. Did you want to come with me? And then jokingly say, I'm scared of the dark. The boogeyman might get me or something. But that usually can work if you're confident enough. If you've done all the things I said before, that can usually work with most girls, unless they're just like a stuck-up bitch and just are just standing there to get drunk and bang some other guy. But another thing you could do is be like, I heard this guy was here. Did you want to go help me find him? And then lead her somewhere like the bathroom or something. Walk by the bathroom and be like, I gotta take a leak. Did you want to come in? And if she says something like, that's gross or whatever, just be like, I was just kidding. I just want to make out with you. Especially if you're alone. And I mean, if she's following you by that point, chances are you're going to make out with her. You might get a BJ. Who knows? Whatever she's into. And these are basically, these are probably tips that are more catered to older people, but they can work in high school. I did use some of these in high school. So, yeah, just basically remember, be as confident as you can. Be yourself. It's just like being on YouTube. If you be yourself, you're going to have success. If you can make people laugh, you're going to have success. And just always just be smiling. Just keep the mood light, and you might get your dick wet. You might get your dick wet. Yeah. Anyways, I'm going to put a little music on at the end of this gameplay. Actually, it's almost over. I'll just let it play out, but I hope you guys enjoyed this. I do have a dual comm coming up that I did with a friend. I was trashed, and we talked about the difference between, he's a virgin, and it's Chocolate Thunder. I don't know if you guys have ever seen his videos. but he's a virgin, I'm not, so we kind of um, compared what it was like for me, because he's still in high school. So it was a pretty good dual com. So I'll be putting that up probably with a bunch of random gameplays. You'll see I have a bunch of backup gameplays I'll use. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and be sure to follow my Twitter. It's in the description, and I will see you guys later.